Hello friends, in today's video we're going to be replacing the brake pads on this Suzuki Wagon R. This particular model is 2003 and it's the front brake pads we're going to change. The parts we got from our local shop cost us £20, so we're just going to crack on with it. Just going to remove dust and debris off the hub and the brake caliper before we start taking them off. Right friends, so in order to free the caliper we'll have to remove two bolts, one here and one there. So we're going to be using a 13mm socket to undo these two bolts to free the caliper. There we go, that's the top bolt out of the way. So now we're going to do the bottom one. There we go. That's the bottom bolt out of the way. So now we're going to remove the caliper. So the car's been sitting stationary for 5 years. That's why you are seeing all these dust and debris on it. So just going to give it a good clean around the piston. We're just going to pull out the old brake pads. There we go. Right, so I've removed the outer pad, just going to remove the inner. There we go, this is the inner pad. They both are on their last limb, so that's why we are changing it. So the MOT guy was right that they do need changing. So just going to clean the area around this side and on this side. Right, now that I've cleaned the dust with the normal brush, I'm just going to use a wire brush to clean it even more, to remove the rust from this area. Right, so we'll also clean the disc, the edges. So just gonna there we go friends, that's good enough. Right, so we're going to use a caliper piston winding tool to wind the piston back. There we go friends, that's the piston fully pushed back. Right, just gonna clean the caliper itself with wire brush. There we go, that's the brake caliper nicely prepped. So the next bit we're gonna do is we're gonna pull these guide pins out. There we go. One at the top and one at the bottom. Okay. Right, before we apply grease on it, we're gonna clean the existing grease off these guide pins. There we go. So just gonna apply fresh grease on it. This grease is a special high temperature grease which we are using. There we go, nice and easy. Okay, just gonna dabble it a bit here, and then we're gonna insert the pin back just like that. Okay, just gonna clean the bottom one. bottom pin. I'm just gonna dab it with fresh grease. A little grease inside the gator. There we go, that's the bottom pin, nicely in placed. Now the brake pads come in place. Here we go, friends, we got two sets of brake pads on each side. So this is the outer pad, this is the inner. So the inner one's got this clip sticking out. Okay, so before we insert these new pads, we're gonna apply a little bit grease on the side here, so that they can slide in and out easily onto the caliper guide rail, which is here. So just a little bit grease, not too much. Make sure that you don't apply nothing on the disc itself. There we go. So that's nice and easy, ready to go in like that. There we go, friends. That's the outer pad in place. So I'm gonna do the same on the inner pad. Little bit grease on the edges here, so that they can slide in and out on the rail, guide rail. There we go. That's good enough. Not too much. So this is the inner pad. Just gonna place it in. There we go, friends. That's the outer and inner pad in place. Right, so just gonna bring the caliper in, just like that. Gonna push the guide pins in, and that's how it gets fitted here. The bolts come in place. One here. Just remember, these are 13mm bolts. One at the bottom. Just gonna tighten it. That's good enough. Just gonna do the same here. There we go, friends. That's good enough. Just gonna clean the excess grease from it, and from here. Here we go, friends. That's the new pads fitting on this Suzuki Wagon R. So what we're gonna do now is just gonna put the wheel back on.